Did you watch SNL Saturday night, Katie?
No, unfortunately, I did not.
Well, it's unfortunate for you, but maybe it was fortunate for you. They said that when the guy you're covering, Ted Cruz, smiles, it looks like he's taking a pee. I mean, that is probably the most weirdest description, but everybody I've tried it on says, you know what? There's something weird about the guy's face. Anyway.
The next question is for our front runner, Donald Trump.
Thank you, Maria Tony Romo.
Mr. Trump, since the last debate, Ted Cruz has pulled ahead of you in Iowa. Is it true you've started attacking him because you see him as a threat?
Frankly, Maria, I'm glad everyone is talking about my good friend Rafael Eduardo Cruz. People are coming up to me all the time saying, Donald, Ted Cruz was born in Canada. He can't be president. His campaign is illegal. Their words, not mine.
Donald, this debate about natural-born citizenship is just political nonsense. Clearly, I'm not Canadian. Canadians are well-liked. I am not. Canadians are rugged and outdoorsy, where I myself am mostly made of pudding. Canadians are genuine and warm, whereas when I smile, it looks like I'm peeing.
All right.
There's something strange about Cruz. Has Trump got to him with this nasty comment that now Rush Limbaugh is now defending? Imagine having Rush Limbaugh saying, oh no, he's not nasty. This is Rush Limbaugh as your character witness.
Oh, I think it's Rush Limbaugh and Mark Levin are defending Ted Cruz. I think
oh
Ted
my
Cruz
God.
Initially...
Mark Levin is one of the most distasteful human beings out there. Go ahead. Mark
But
Levin.
this is the conservative right. This is the base. This is what who people listen to
Base
in the
is a good word
conservative
for
base.
it. Good
And
word
there's
for
a
it.
lot of influence that they have over voters, are the ones that people are listening to on the radio when they're driving to work, when they're driving their kids to school, various other times a day.
Yeah, but Rush
Anyway,
Limbaugh is brilliantly not on during drive time, Katie. Let me tell you how his brilliance works. He's on at noon to 3 Eastern time when guys in car washes and places in diners are watching. I don't knock people at the work for a living. It's tough jobs they have. But Trump I'm sorry,
as
Limbaugh
well.
knows what he's doing. He's working the traveling salesman who hates their job. Let's go here. Here he is. Here's Rush Limbaugh defending Cruz.
I think Trump going after Cruz is quite normal. It's understandable, but I think he's making a tactical error the way he's doing it. Whatever you want to say, Cruz is not a nasty guy. When you get into criticism, it better be believable. I think Trump free to criticize Cruz all he wants, as far as I'm concerned, but going after him as a nasty guy in this birther business, he's got to worry that it's going to create more negatives within his own support base rather than turn people off to Cruz.
Howie Jackson, let me ask you about the guy you covered. That's, of course, Donald Trump. I do hear, as everyone does who works in Washington, nobody likes Ted Cruz. The word nasty is not apparently misapplied here. I mean, Rush Limbaugh doesn't know anything about Washington. He knows the airwaves. He knows the right very well. But I don't think he knows the people that know Cruz who don't like him.
It's an open secret in Washington, though, Chris, that Ted Cruz is not beloved by members of his own party, by the leadership of his own party. And Cruz has, thrown bombs in the Senate before. That's kind of his reputation in Washington.
Today, the British Parliament debated whether to ban, I should say probably ban, Donald Trump from entering the United Kingdom. A petition to bar him started in December of last year and now has more than 500,000 signatures after Trump made this announcement following the attacks on Paris and in San Bernardino, California.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out what the hell is going on. We have no choice. We have no choice.
Well, the Brits did not keep a stiff upper lip during today's parliamentary debate. They unloaded on Trump. Let's listen.
Britain is pretty good at roasting beef. Do you not think it's better that we just roast Trump? Donald Trump is free to be a fool, but he's not free to be a dangerous fool in Britain.
His policy to close borders, if he is elected as president, is bonkers. And if he met one or two of my constituents in one of the many excellent pubs in my constituency, then they may well tell him that he is a wazzock.
Wow, I don't know all those words. Joining me right now is the Hardball Roundtable that's going to translate. Howard Fineman is global editor, appropriately, of Huffington Post. Penny Lee's a Democratic strategist and an old pal. Paul Singer is a Washington correspondent for USA Today. So who's more global? USA Today, I go to Howard. Yeah. Howard, it is almost buffoonery on their part to have this damn debate. He's not headed over there. This isn't an urgent need for debate.
Well, all I can say is that the Donald Trump Broadway show
has gone international.
Has gone international. Or to use another analogy, he's a tsunami that has now gone all the way across the Atlantic and lapped up on the shores of the
if I say, is that something that's getting around? That Cruz is sort of coming in under Trump. He's a wild man.
I think we've been saying that on this show.
That Cruz is the more reasonable.
What's happening is, to use yet another analogy, it's like stock car racing, where Cruz is drafting in the vacuum behind Trump. Sure, and the more outrageous and sweeping Trump's declarations, the more people react, especially to a statement about Muslims, which is what got the people in Britain truly upset. The more Ted Cruz can come along and seem like the reasonable guy, even while he's the one who has the track record of tearing things down here.
Okay, here's more sound. During today's debate in Britain, many members of Parliament said they'd like to see Donald Trump come back to Britain just so they could give him a tongue lashing. But some opposed to barring Trump argued it's not up to Britain's parliament to meddle in American politics. Well said, sir.
Now, while I think this man is crazy, while I think this man has no valid points to make, I will not be the one to silence his voice.
State of our presidential politics. On the right, we're looking at the plausible nomination now of Donald Trump, a political tombler like we've never known, a devilishly entertaining troubadour who combines Don Rickles and Larry David in a mixture of insult and political incorrectness that only a mad alchemist could concoct. I admit to watching him with the same pent-up delight I did when a wild kid in school dared to take on the teacher. It's fun for the precise reason it's not supposed to be. But what's all this talk about a brokered convention if it isn't to deny Trump the nomination if he comes in short of a majority?
I think it's a news media invention. I think it's just a fairy tale. First of all, there's nobody that can, quote, broker a convention. I went to the last convention and participated in the last contested convention, 1976. Ford and Reagan, very close. Neither one of them had a majority.
So, by the way, if you had to choose Trump or Cruz right now, where would you go?
If I had to choose which one I think would win?
No, which one do you want to win? If you had to choose between those two, Trump or Cruz?
Well, the good news is I don't.
You don't want to pick?
I don't have to pick.
Would you be enthusiastic supporting either one were he to be the nominee?
Against Hillary Clinton or Bernie Sanders? Yes, sir.
And do you think Trump would be a great president if he were nominated?
You know, I've been a party leader, and I understand party leaders don't tell the rank and file, and they must trust the rank and file. I'm willing to do that, and particularly